Holy moly, everybody. Viktor Arvidsson just got traded to the Los Angeles Kings for draft picks, and I'm going to go over this whole trade. Now I'm going to go over Viktor Arvidsson's stats and honestly just what I think he can do for the LA Kings. So let's get into today's episode. Arvidsson to the Kings. This is honestly a really great move for the LA Kings. I mean, great acquisition in Viktor Arvidsson. Just an excellent player for the Nashville Predators, and I think that the Kings fleeced them on this one. So this year, for Nashville, in 50 games, Arvidsson had 10 goals, 15 assists for 25 points. He wasn't awful defensively either. Like, he was decent defensively, not a huge penalty taker, and, a decent power play contributor. Nothing special, but, you go back to 2 seasons ago where in 50 games he had 34 goals, like... Oh man, Viktor Arvidsson is awesome, and just the return that Nashville got for him, I really can't agree with. So the Los Angeles Kings got Viktor Arvidsson for a 2021 second-round pick, which will be the 40th overall selection in the 2021 draft. And, Nashville could grab a first-round quality guy with that pick in this draft. I mean, you never know. A guy could fall from that, late first round to the early second round where Nashville could snag him up with that number 40 selection. They also received a third-round pick in the 2022 NHL injury draft. And, just a really, kind of subpar return for a guy who I believe could be a potential 30-40 goal scorer for the LA Kings. Maybe not beside a guy like Anze Kopitar, but beside a guy like Quinton Byfield or Alex Turcotte. One day, that could be awesome, and, maybe even you put him with a guy like Arthur Kaliev, or if the LA Kings draft a guy like Dylan Guenther, who I mock them to the draft in this up-and-coming draft, 8th overall, I think that would even be a excellent pick as well to pair a guy like Arvidsson beside, because, you got a good first line there, honestly. If Arvidsson lives up to potential and he becomes a 60-70 point scorer on the Kings, and, a 30 to 40 goal scorer, then you could put him with Turcotte and Guenther, and Guenther's a pretty good two-way scorer, so that's an excellent first line right there. And, I just really don't know really about this return. I mean, I do feel like it's decent depending on who Nashville takes, really, with that 40th overall selection and with that third-round pick next year. I mean, if they can grab a guy with first-round potential with that 40th overall pick, and that guy develops into a decent top 6 or top 4 defenseman for them, then maybe it works out. But as of this point, I'm going to say the LA Kings have a huge win over the Nashville Predators, purely just on Viktor Arvidsson's potential to, blossom out and really become a great goal scorer. I mean, he's been injured a lot in his career. Last year in 57 games, he had 15 goals and 28 points, and the year before that was the 58 game, 34 goal season. And the 2 seasons before that, 80 and 78 games played, he had 31 and 29 goals respectively. And this is a guy who, again, can put 60 to 70 points up on the board year in, year out if he's paired with the right guys. And I just don't really think Nashville's been utilizing him correctly. And this is kind of a trade I saw out of nowhere. I did not see this trade happening, but LA got Arvidsson for a great package. If the guys Nashville drafts with those 2 draft picks becomes something, then excellent. But as right now, Arvidsson's 28. He still has, 5, 6, 7 good years left in him on the Kings, and just a great player for the Kings to grab for their future. It really does address some of the wing depth that I was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? The wing depth that, I was kind of looking at in my mock draft, which just got released a couple minutes ago as well. That's why I had Dylan Guenther to the LA Kings, to address some of that wing depth in the future. And a guy like Arvidsson, perfect first edition. I really do hope they go with Guenther in the 21 draft if he's available, because I do think that he's a great player who will fit on that team in the future. And yeah, that's really all I have. So thank you all so much for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Just a quick analysis of this trade and really what I think it brings to the table for both teams. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Stay classy, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. But for now, bye.